Good day. I am Travis Giffen, the Assistant Director of Online Programs at the College of Education at the University of Illinois. We are happy to have you here today. We will be talking about the Instructional Design MasterTrack Certificate Program. We are really excited to share information about this program with all of you today and hope that you will then be registering for the program, applying for the program. We hope to see you in courses this fall. Just a heads up that this video is being recorded and will be sent out to everybody within 24 hours after the session is done today. If for some reason you don't get the recording, you can email us at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu, and we will be happy to send you the link directly. But again, this should get emailed to you within 24 hours after the session is finished. So if you get interrupted or have to step away for a moment or want to rewatch the video, if you missed a question or something that was asked, it'll get sent out to you afterwards. The chat is turned off for now. We might turn that on towards the end when we get to the Q&A portion. But we also have the Q&A functions on Zoom turned on. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to submit them. We'll try and answer them as we go. And then we will also read them out and answer them live so the people watching this recording back later get some of those same insights. As we know, if you have a question, there's probably a chance somebody else has a question about that too. So with that said, we will get into the Instructional Design MasterTrack Certificate Program. So while we're getting going, we have a number of our staff that are here on the call. We'll do some introductions of them, but just really quickly so that you know if they're answering your questions, you can trust that they're from the University of Illinois. There's myself. We have our Assistant Dean, Sangeetha Gopalakrishnan, is here on the call, and then we have our online student advisor, Brianna Davis. And then we have a professor in the program, Carolina. She'll be talking more about the courses here shortly. So we'll be sharing information about both of the courses in the program, about the program specifically, and then also about enrolling in the program. And again, you can see if you have questions or think of anything later afterwards, or even throughout it, if you would prefer to send us an email, you can email us questions at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu. We'll be happy to answer those. Here again are just some pictures of the folks in our office. As you can see, Sangeetha and Brianna are also here on the call. Gina Poff is our online academic student services coordinator. She is not here today, but if you email about the program or register in the program, you'll probably be working with Gina from time to time. She is a great resource, and we're really happy to have her on the team. So she's not here today, but if you're in the program, you have a great chance of getting to interact with and meet Gina. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to Sangeetha to share a bit about the program.
Thank you, Travis. Hello, everybody. My name is Sangeetha Gopalakrishnan, and I am the Assistant Dean for Online and Learning Innovation here at the College of Education. We are so happy that you decided to join us this morning, and we are eager to share information about the IDMTC program. So I'm just going to give you a gist of what the program is about, and then you'll hear more from program faculty later on. So in this certificate program, you'll learn to solve real-world learning and performance challenges, to integrate technology with today's learning environments, and you'll master key concepts in instructional and training system design, learning technologies, and more. So it's a 2-course package. You will complete EPOL 472 and EPOL 483. Each of these 2 courses are for 4 graduate credits. Together, you will earn 8 graduate credits when you complete the program. And you can transfer or apply these credits towards a master's program when you finish, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on as well. So what do you need to get started with the program? You need a bachelor's degree. The total cost of the program as of now is $2,384. It could take about 3 to 5 months to complete the program, and we can talk a little bit more about these timelines. You will earn degree credits, which is, as I said, if you can apply the 8 credits that you earn in this program towards the master's program. You find you like instructional design quite a lot and you want to know more about the field, and you have a chance to apply for our master's program. There is a weekly live session, and it includes hands-on projects, and you will learn more about that from the program faculty in just a bit. Is this also me? Oh yeah, it is me, isn't it? So we wanted to give you an idea of what sort of settings you can work in with a IDMTC with an Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate. Also, these are the settings that people are already working in, and they come to us as well. You can apply the knowledge you gain in this in these 2 courses in higher education, healthcare, IT, business, K-12, military. So this is just an example of the settings. It's not an exhaustive list. You can pursue jobs that have titles such as instructional designer, curriculum developer, e-learning specialist trainer, training and development specialist, training and development manager, and instructional coordinator. Again, this is not an exhaustive list. We just wanted to give you a sense of the type of jobs that you could pursue or position yourself for. And now you get to meet the program faculty.
Yeah, so now, so happy to welcome that we have Carolina, who's here to share a bit about the programs and a bit about herself also.
Next. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because we don't know if we have people from all over the world. My name is Carolina Cuesta, and I am faculty member in the Department of Education, Policy Organization, and Leadership at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. And I'm the faculty that is going to teach the courses of the Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program this fall. My main research interest is on creativity. So I talk a little bit about creativity in the courses too. And I also research on how to design and develop learning environments that foster creative thinking. But also I have a myriad of disciplines, and that is very interesting too for the students in the course, is that I'm also interested in how to develop the entrepreneurial mindset. And I have degrees in microbiology, so I'm a scientist, and in innovation management, so I can talk about a lot of things. We will talk about a lot of things in our courses, in our synchronous sessions that we have every week. So, yeah, I'm very excited to meet you all, and I hope that I can see many of you joining the courses or the program this fall. And I will go briefly to talk about the courses. So, yeah, the first course that we have in the program, it is called EPOL 472, and it's Instructional and Training Systems Design. And this course is a foundational course that provides an overview of instructional systems design and will help you understand how to use models and theories to design learning experiences and also to understand the principles of instructional design. This course is important because instructional designers can help individuals to have meaningful learning experiences. And they are also very relevant in professional development and can help organizations for their organizational performance improvement. So now we call it we as instructional designers have a very important role in designing meaningful learning experiences. This particular course is the first course of the 2 courses, right? And you will also learn about essential learning, how learning happens, and how to use instructional theories. It is important because it's going to be the base for you to start developing your instructional design character, right? Next. So what we see here is the major activities that we're gonna experience or see in the course, or the major assignments. We will have an instructional design project because this course is all about learning by doing. So students that are participating in this course are going to have the opportunity to actually design a learning experience. We will work with case study scenarios and instructional design so we can see real life cases, and students will develop an e-portfolio to showcase what they have been developing in the course, and that will help them in the future to showcase what they've learned to employers or different stakeholders. Also, we can see in the diagram or figure something that is a conceptual and a theoretical foundation, and it's a framework that is called ADI. This course is based on the ADI framework, and it's mainly going to help you analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate learning experiences. So you will gain all these skills so you can not only design a learning experience, but also evaluate a learning experience that is already designed. Next. So as I was telling you, you will have the instructional design project, and in this project, you will have a specific learning problem, and using models and theories and frameworks, you will try to solve that learning problem by developing or designing solutions for that problem. Then you will have the instructional design case scenario in which you will use all your skills in trying to identify a specific tool and a specific solutions to address that specific scenario. And then you will have your e-portfolio development where you can showcase what you have done in the course. Next. And the instruction, and we are very vocal about this specific activities because they are key for this course. And what we want to highlight is the opportunity for you to get involved in real learning situations, right? So in this instructional design project, you will work with a group. That is also something that we are very vocal about. This is a group project mostly because you will have to develop those skills to work in teams, and with your team, you will play a key role in conducting front-end analysis, identifying learning needs, defining learning objectives, selecting the relevant technologies or processes or protocols that you need to use in this specific solution. You will develop learning materials, and you will evaluate design outcomes. Next. So for the design case, you will have 4 design case scenarios in which you will have to analyze a specific situation. Then you will have to design a specific scenario for that situation. Then you will do some implementation, and then you will have an evaluation. So each part of the design, the instructional design case studies, it will help you go through the framework of ARI, for example, that is analyzing, designing, developing, and implementing and evaluating a specific learning experience. So you will learn this with the textbook, and then you will use your skills in designing a real learning experience. Yeah, next. Okay, That was the first one. It is the foundation of the course. It is very important for this course that is following, that is called EPOL 483, Learning Technologies. And in this course, you will learn, the first thing that you will learn that is very important in the course is how to identify your design philosophy, right? How you, as an instructional designer, start forming your character as a designer of learning experiences. So you will start developing a toolkit for you to actually design a designer's philosophy. Also, you will learn how to use these frameworks and theories to design e-learning and something that we call TEAL, that are technology enrich and enable learning environments. You will also evaluate this environment, so you will gain some skills and knowledge on how to specifically evaluate these environments. And nowadays, with all the online learning experiences that we have, the opportunity that we have with the online education, but also with the challenges that we have with the new technologies, it's important for you all to understand how learning technologies play an important role in designing specific learning solutions, and that learning technologies are key tools to design these effective and engaging learning experiences. Next. So in this course, what we will work is on specific topics. Here in the graphic, you can see we're going to touch topics like learning, design, and technology. What is learning? What is design? What is technology? We're going to learn about learning with technology, the importance that technology plays in the learning aspect and in the learning process. We will talk and touch more theories from EPOL 472, but we also will learn new models and theories that could help us design these experiences. We will talk about the history of instructional design, and we will talk about immersive learning environments like virtual reality, augmented reality, and how these technologies are impacting learning nowadays, right? And how we, as an instructional designer, that are going to be with our specific designer philosophy, can design these appropriate and effective learning experiences. So we will also have three main activities. We will have an activity that is called Exploring Learning Technologies. And in this activity, you will work with teams, with your team, identifying a specific learning technology, and you will record a video and you will discuss the main aspects or key aspects of this learning technology and how to include it in a learning experience. Or even you can play a role as if you were a consultant and you were trying to sell this specific learning technology to someone. You will choose a specific form of doing this presentation. But the most important thing is that you will showcase to your peers in the class this specific technology so others can learn about this technology, right? We will have design cases, design case studies on learning technologies, and we will also have the opportunity to develop the e-portfolio or continuing with the portfolio that we have from 472, but this activity is optional. Here in this course is optional. You can improve it or you can use it. We're going to use this fall Adobe Express, and it's a very engaging and interesting tool for you to learn. So we encourage all of the learners to actually design your e-portfolio because it will help you with stakeholders and also employers. Next. I explained, I think, all the activities in depth. So next. Yes, with the design case study scenarios, it's important because this course is focused on something that is very aligned with learning objectives, right? So we will learn how to design specific learning objectives that are focusing on something that in the literature and that we call absorb type activities. So we will learn what are those absorb type activities and in what part of the learning process are they important for our design, for our learning experiences. This is going to be the first case. You will have to design you will have a specific problem, and then you will have to design a specific learning objective that use absorb type activities to solve this learning problem. Then the second scenario, you will have this background information of the company with this specific learning problem. And here you will use a higher order learning objective, and you will design specific solutions using do type of activities that are other types of activities that are very important in the learning process. And the third case scenario is you will use connect type activities. That is the higher order level thinking that we need when we are designing complex solutions for complex learning problems. So you will go from a basic learning problem to a complex learning problem, and you will learn how to design for all those types of learning situations. Next. So yes, like I was saying, the e-portfolio, we encourage all of the learners to actually design, to go through the design experience of designing your own learning e-portfolio. It's something that will help to connect with your design character, right? It will help you to showcase what you are doing to your future employers or your employer in which you are working right now. And it's a great tool to, yeah, it's a showcase, but it's very important that we also showcase what we are doing, what we are learning. How can we make evident learning, right? Because we are in this learning business. So how do we make learning evident? Through this e-portfolio. So we are encourage all of our students to design this portfolio, and you will get feedback from me and the instructional team, the TA of the course. We will give you feedback and help you improve not only the e-portfolio, but all of your assignments. You will have a very strong feedback loop for you to actually be and feel supported through all the program, and actually can validate what you are doing with our help. So yeah, that's the thing about the portfolio, and that's it.
Thank you so much. And with that, Brianna Davis is going to take the next part.
Yes, hello everybody. So now we are going to take just a few slides to talk about the program format and how the courses will be delivered to you as a student. The courses for this program are hosted entirely online, so you don't have to come to campus for any reason to be in this program, and they revolve around weekly synchronous sessions. Collaboration is a big part of this program, and the synchronous sessions offer a great opportunity for you to interact with your peers and professors live and in real time. It allows you to engage in group work in a really authentic way, and you'll also have easy access to necessary support from your instructor via the course and channels such as office hours. So these courses are each 8 weeks in length. This fall, the weekly synchronous sessions will meet one night per week for 3 hours. Please do note that we are located in the Central Time Zone. So students who are not located in the Central Time Zone, of course, are welcome to participate in this program, but should plan accordingly. For the fall 2024 semester, EPOL 472 will be held on Thursdays, starting the week of August 26th, and EPOL 483 will be held on Thursdays, starting the week of October 21st. So you do take one course at a time during those 8-week periods. As a student in the Coursera Instructional Design MasterTrack Certificate Program, the first 2 live sessions are required, but participation in all of the other class sessions is highly recommended. The synchronous sessions, we believe, are truly the best way to get the most out of your experience in these classes, and they allow you again to interact with your instructor and your peers in real time. You can ask questions in real time, which is really invaluable. So we do see these sessions as a very valuable element to this program. Just for your reference, for each class, students can anticipate about 8 to 12 hours of asynchronous coursework outside of class each week. So in addition to those synchronous sessions, you'll also have asynchronous work to complete as a part of each course. So on this slide, you can see the different timelines to completion for the program. We do have a couple of different options. The timeline to completion is contingent upon the term when you begin taking coursework. So for students who plan to complete both of these courses during our fall semester, the program will take about 4 months to complete, which is shown in our second column here. If you wish to begin this program in our fall B term, which begins in October, and take your final course in the spring A term, then you'll be on a 5-month plan, which is shown in the third column. So in short, we offer 4-month and 5-month plan options for students taking fall coursework. If you decided that you would rather pursue one of our summer semesters, then you may adhere to our accelerated 3-month plan, which is shown in the first column. So I realize this is a lot of information to consider. If you have questions about your timeline to completion, please contact the Office of Online Programs. We can be reached at online programs at education.illinois.edu. I believe Travis has that contact information on the final slide, but certainly reach out to us if you have any questions about these logistics. We are happy to answer your questions for you. So I believe I will hand it over now to Sangeeta to discuss our newest master's program.
So yes, we are excited that we're launching a brand new master's in instructional design program this fall. So it's called Instructional Design Technology and Organization, IDTO. We've been working on launching this program for a while, and so it's finally here. So I had mentioned earlier that if you finish this IDMTC certificate program, Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program, you will earn 8 graduate credits, and you can apply those 8 graduate credits to the master's in IDTO if you decide to continue with the master's. So we have some deadlines here for our master's program. So you can have a look at it when we send the recording, but if you go through the IDMTC program and you feel like you really like this field and you want to pursue a graduate degree, you now have the option to pursue it right here at the University of Illinois.
Yeah, and so I'm going to take over a bit again. So career services for IDMTC students, you do have some options that are available to you. So we have asynchronous career service presentations that are available, and some career synchronous career-related sessions that are available for each semester for all students while they're enrolled. There's individual career coaching sessions where students can schedule appointments directly with myself. But then we also have resources that are available online for students to access and participate through. And then there's also other programs throughout each semester that students, while they're enrolled in the program, can take advantage of. So just want to make sure that folks know that that help is there for you. Also, very importantly, going to talk about enrollment in the program. So if you are interested in the program, we've talked a bit about the program requirements. You need to have a bachelor's degree or an equivalent if you're in another country. If you have questions about that, please reach out to our office and we can confirm information for you. The total cost of the program is $2,384 once you enroll. That then gets paid to the University of Illinois. Each course is $1,192. If you enroll for both at the same time, you'll be charged for both classes at the start of the term. If you enroll in one class and then wait until the second deadline, so if you enroll in A You only be in charge for the first course until you enroll in the second class, but don't forget to still enroll in that second class so that you don't miss the deadline. But that is something that is available to you. So just want to let folks know about that. And then the same goes as Brianna was talking previously. If you start in term B this fall and then enroll in spring A. So those are options that are available to you. There are also payment options. So this program is a non-degree program, so there is not financial aid, but there are payment plans that are available. And you can see them here at this link. This also includes if you have an employer that is paying for your program, that same link has information there as well. As we know, some folks have agreements that they're working through with that. But so while there isn't financial aid, there are payment plans that are available for students to make payments on. Enrolling in the program and starting the application process and registration can be found at the website here. This will be provided in the recording information to you, but this is also here for you to get started on. It will take you to our non-degree application portal. When you get into the portal, you will want to select the Instructional Design MasterTrack program. If you have questions as you're going through that process, both our office and the Office of Center of Teaching and Learning is available to help you make sure that you get into the right course and that your application gets all the way in and submitted. You can start that now. The applications are open, so we encourage you to get started on that process and hope to see you this fall. So applications for fall 2024 term A. So if you're wanting to start with the first course, registration and applications close on August 12th, so you want to get those in. That's just right about 2 weeks, actually. And then classes start the week of August 26th, so just keep that in mind. And then applications for fall 2024 term B close on October 7th, and class starts on the week of October 26th. Again, here is our email address if you have questions about that process. Want to also let folks know that there is an onboarding course and some other information that you need to kind of get set up, like your student account and things like that. So we really encourage students to get their application in, and then once they're approved, make sure that you get access to your student email so that you can start staying up on communications and things for your course as you get started. It also is much easier for you to communicate if you have questions about the program with our staff when you're using that university email address, because we're able to confirm that you are in fact an enrolled student, and we can provide you more guidance and support that way. So once you get in, we really encourage you to get that University of Illinois email address set up right away and be paying attention to that. You'll receive notifications from our office, from the University of Illinois about important things, and from your faculty and TA about your class, about deadlines and things like that that you won't want to miss. So we want to make sure that you get all the information that you need in order to be successful in the program. And with that, I'm going to turn things back over to Sangeetha briefly.
Yeah, so you've probably heard, we spent the last half an hour or so listening to some wonderful information about the program. And if you're still a little undecided about enrolling in the program, I wanted to give you some final thoughts on why you might want to enroll in our program. So we are a top-tier research university, the University of Illinois. We've been ranked in the top 10 consistently for the last few years by US News and World Report for our online Masters in Education program. We were ranked most recently number 7. And for a top tier research university that is also highly ranked by US News and World Reports, we are affordable. And we're really proud that most of our classes are taught by our world-class faculty. We prioritize online student engagement. So you will not only learn from our top-notch faculty, you will also be in class with peers that have very rich experiences. Most of the students in our courses work full-time. They've been in their fields for a while, so they have rich experiences to share, and you will benefit from that. And as an online student, you will also have access to our library system, which is truly well known for being one of the best in the country. So these are some final thoughts for you to think about if you're still undecided, but we do hope that you will decide to enroll in our program at the very earliest. And I wanted to give you, so that's the link if you want to learn more about our ranking. And I think now we are ready for some questions from you.
Yes, so any questions, please submit them in the Q&A portal, and we will be happy to answer those for you. So seeing those questions come in right away, really appreciate that. We have a question here. I'll read this off and then we will get this answered live. So a portion of the students who complete the MasterTrack certificate program who go on to the master's degree, what's the percentage of students in good academic standing who are accepted into the degree program? How competitive is the admissions process? Brianna, do you want to chime on this, or I can also?
Yeah, certainly. So it's a great question. I'm not sure that it's something that we have hard numbers to report, although Travis, you can follow up with numbers if you have them. I would just comment on the admission review, application review process that our EPOL department, our Education Policy Organization and Leadership Department adheres to. That department that reviews these applications does adhere to a philosophy of conducting a holistic review process, which means that we look at the entire student, not just GPA or, previous transcripts and things like that. We'll consider those elements of an application, absolutely. But we also take into consideration things like your personal statement, academic statement of purpose, and your letters of recommendation, which are all required components of the application process. So my best advice in terms of how to be a competitive applicant would be to put a lot of time and effort and thought into your personal statement, your reasoning for wanting to pursue this program, your maybe previous endeavors, your future endeavors that you hope to pursue as a part of this program. Things like your research interests are also taken into consideration. So just to speak to kind of the competitiveness, I would say that our department adheres to a holistic review philosophy with our applicants and their application materials. And I would encourage you to really put a lot of thought into those personal statements.
So just to clarify, Brianna, so that what you just said is applicable to the master's program
Yes.
rather than the
Yes.
IDT.
Yes, I may have misunderstood the question.
No, you did. I just want
Okay.
you
Yes.
didn't misunderstand.
Okay.
I just want to sort of amplify and clarify that your answer pertains to the master's rather than the MasterTrack.
Yes, that is correct. That answer pertains to students who complete the MasterTrack program and then decide that they want to pursue the master's following that.
Thank you for that. And thanks for the additional context there. So we have another question here about, does this certificate go towards other Masters of Education programs and degrees outside of the specific one that we had listed there? You can't, when you apply and if you are admitted into any of the Masters of Education programs offered by the College of Education, those course credits, because they are college education courses, can be applied to other master's programs. But this program does most closely align with the IDTO program and provides for the most seamless transition, because those courses in this certificate program are required courses in that program. Depending on the master's program that you choose here at the University of Illinois, the courses in this certificate program might be take up some of your elective slots, which you have 4, and so this would take up 2 of your elective slots, potentially, depending on your degree program. Anything I missed there, Brianna?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty thorough.
We do have a question here. If you're interested in asking some specific questions that you don't want to ask here during the presentation, email us at the email address down below. We'll be happy to coordinate with you to set up either a time to answer questions or can answer things specifically over email as well. So we do have a question here that I can answer about how many students finish the program and then find jobs in the field. I believe most of our students, if you want hard numbers, email us and I can give them to you. But most of our students do complete this program, certificate program at this time. We don't have a lot of dropout for that. I know specifically for our master's programs, it's about a 96% retention rate. The MasterTrack program is a little lower, but people have more time and sometimes take breaks in between courses, but it's still over 80% of people complete the certificate program. And as for the jobs, we only hear from students who self-report from this program, and those that are self-reporting back to us are reporting that they are finding employment. So unfortunately, we only have the information from people that respond to our end of program course survey and follow-ups, which we do send to people. So we really appreciate it when you submit that survey and give us back that information. But of the students that are completing that survey and reporting back to us, the majority of them are also finding employment. We also do have a lot of students that are currently employed and are seeking promotions or lateral changes into the instructional design field. And so those are some other paths that we have students taking in our programs. We do have a question on, can you test out based on work experience for some of the ID work? At this time, the program does not have a way to award credit for prior learning or the equivalent of that. But if you already have experience in the instructional design work, I suspect that you would probably do better in the program. I'll ask Carolina if she has any thoughts about that on somebody who's already working in the field or has some experience and is then entering the program.
Travis, I'm happy to answer Christy's question. It says how much additional time credits are needed to complete the master's. So the master's program is a 32 credit hour program. Each of our courses is worth 4 credit hours, which means that it is an 8-course program. If you begin with the Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program, you will complete those 2 courses as a part of the certificate program. And then if you decide to apply to the master's, you would have 6 courses remaining. Typically, students in our master's program take 2 courses per semester. That's true of our students who are working full-time. That's what they find to be feasible with their schedules. So in short, you would need to complete an additional 6 courses, which is 24 credit hours beyond the Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program. And that would take our average student about 3 semesters. We do offer coursework during our fall, spring, and summer semesters, so that could be done consecutively in about 12 months' time. Again, 12 months beyond the Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program. If you're in a position where you're thinking about starting with the Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program first and then pursuing the master's, I would encourage you to refrain from applying to the master's until you are progressing through the IDMTC program, just to ensure that you are able to take those 2 courses at the discounted rate as they are offered in our partnership collaboration with Coursera. So I would encourage you to start with those IDMTC courses and then begin the master's program, so that way you can still take advantage of those discounted courses.
Thank you, Brianna. We did get another question. I believe that this individual is asking, can the MasterTrack program also, can they enter into the ISDML, so the Instructional System Design, Management, and Learning certificate program? I can answer this, Brianna, or if you want to talk about this briefly.
So for students who are interested in the ISDML certificate program, Instructional System Design Management Leadership graduate certificate program, it's also offered as an online certificate program here at the College of Education. You could, again, take those IDMTC courses and earn that certificate. And then those courses do stack into our 4-course ISDML certificate program. So you would have completed 2 of the 4 courses already. You would just have 2 courses remaining to earn that other graduate certificate as well. So we've kind of strategically built these programs to stack into each other nicely. So that way, you know, maybe you want to get your feet wet with IDMTC and then stack into ISDML. From there, you could stack into a master's program. So there are a lot of really great options for earning credentials that will hopefully serve you well in your pursuits.
I also want
Uh,
oh, sorry,
go ahead.
Travis.
No, go ahead.
Jump in. To clarify, this is a certificate program rather than a certification. I see in the chat there are reference to certification. This is a certificate program.
We do have a question that I think would best be answered by Carolina here. With respect to the instructional tools used in the e-learning market, what are the tools that are taught in this program? Could you comment on that, Carolina?
Yes, thank you, Travis. For these courses, we will not focus on learning a specific tool or use a specific tool. We will learn about the tools that exist that could help us design this specific learning solution, but we will not focus on learning how to use the tool per se. It's important to actually know the tool, and because you will be part of the University of Illinois, you will have access to a lot of these tools and video tutorials that we have in our media space that will help you learn different tools. But in the courses, we are not going to focus on learning any tool, like to use any tool.
Thank you. Thanks for all of the questions. We still have about 11 minutes, so please keep those questions coming. Really appreciate all of the questions we've gotten so far. And thanks to everybody who answered the poll at the start of the session. Don't feel like you need to leave yet, but I know that we are getting close to the hour, and so I want to at least provide the option for folks to give us feedback on how the session went, if we met your expectations or didn't. Please be sure to give us that feedback if you have to take off, but we still have 10 minutes. There's still plenty of time to answer any of your questions. And again, if you think of something afterwards, you can reach us at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu, and we will be happy to follow up with you and answer those questions directly with you. We have 2 questions here for, I think, Carolina. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you're teaching both courses this fall, correct, Carolina? That was one of the questions that we just got asked.
Yes, I am.
I thought that was the case, but just wanted to double check. And then we had somebody else ask a question if there will be any coverage or topics of gamification or AI trends in either of the courses. So just wanted to let you be able to talk on that briefly.
Yes, we will touch on game-based learning specifically and how it's used in virtual reality environments or immersive learning environments. And we might touch something about AI, considering the importance that AI has nowadays in everything that we're trying to design. But the original design of the course was not including AI, but we might touch in one of the discussions of the new technologies and trends for designing learning for the future, because we will talk about also that, like how do we design learning for the future. That's it.
Any last questions? No pressure if you don't. And again, this recording will get sent out to everybody within 24 hours after the recording. Try to get it out sooner. But if for some reason you don't have this in your inbox 24 hours, from now, go ahead and email us and I can send you that link directly. But the recording will get sent directly to whatever email address that you signed up for this webinar today. Thanks again for everybody who has given us feedback on how the session went. Glad to see that we met the expectations of everybody who's given us feedback so far. Again, if you have questions afterwards, or if you're even watching this recording back, you can still email us at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu, and we'll be happy to answer any of those questions that you might have. Want to make sure that we get those questions answered for you. We really hope to see your applications for this fall with courses starting here soon and the application deadline coming up on August 12th for Term A. Really hope to see those applications in. If you're having any troubles with the application process, email us. We can help get that sorted out for you. But we hope to see you this fall. Any last minute questions? Otherwise, we'll go ahead and end the recording and call here and thank everybody for their time. Hope you have a great rest of your day, no matter what time it is for you or where you are located. And again, we hope to see your applications and hope that you will join us at the University of Illinois in the College of Education this fall. We are excited to see so many of you on this session today. And to those that are watching this session back later, we're also excited for your applications and hope that you will consider joining us at the University of Illinois and join our family in online programs. We have folks and students all around the globe, and we would love to welcome you into the Illini family. So thank you so much. With that, I'm not seeing any other questions. So I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks to all of our presenters and everybody who has joined us. And again, to everybody who asked questions throughout the call. Take care.
Thank you.